Hi friends, this is Andrea Lake and I have a new process video for you today using the brand new Here and There collection. This is as part of the 2023 International Scrapbook Day Instagram hub that the Simple Stories team is putting together. And what I'm doing here is I am replicating a project that I made a couple of months ago with the Wildflower collection. I made a set of 3 mini albums, coordinating mini albums, and I'll be sharing those later in the video, if not pretty soon. But the base, here they are. So the base of the album is made of a piece of acetate, and then I'm using pattern paper on the outside and the inside to cover that acetate. And then the binding for this mini album is a traveler's notebook kind of album with the elastics, and we'll just create a couple of signatures and we'll call it a day. So what I did on the original, for the original ones, I created 3 mini albums and I decorated them monochromatically and all of them they had the 1, 2, 3 yellow, blue, pink colors. This one is a single one, but I'm just showing you exactly what I did, and I'm making this or doing this. I'm making this replica because I was asked many times how I put those together, so I decided this was a great opportunity for me to show you how I did it using a different collection so you can see different results by just following the same steps. Measurements, I don't have them right now. I'll try to make sure that I have them in the description box below. Normally, and that you'll always, I think I'll say it every time, every class. Normally when I am designing a project, I go by what I like, a size that I like, or I normally don't measure until the project is done, unless I know if it has to be for a class and I don't want a really odd sizes or making it too difficult for when I'm explaining something or going over something, or if there is any homework. So I try to make it easier when classes are involved. When they're not involved, I just go by how I feel, what I think feels good. Now this one is a little bit bigger than the original ones, so what I'll do is I'm going to have the measurements for both projects, for this travel album and for the Wildflower ones, just in case you want to work on. So at least you have a reference, and you have now the project with different collections and different sizes. So what I'm doing right now, I am using mini magnets, and that's what it's gonna keep my album closed. So I just need to keep in mind that this is gonna be my front cover, so I'm trying to cover that magnet with that piece of pattern paper. I'm gonna cover the spine on the outside, and in this case I used the same pattern paper front and back, and that way I am only using one piece of pattern paper to cover my entire album. Now before I add, this is important, before I add the piece of pattern paper that covers the outside of my album on the back, I need to attach the piece that's gonna keep my album closed. So this is just to make sure that it's not seen on the outside. And here we go, I'm just removing the double-sided tape. And you can see that the magnet keeps everything in place. Now one thing, I did use teeny tiny magnets. It is better if you use bigger pieces. It was just too late for me to fix it, because then I realized that I was not able to add a lot of texture or a lot of embellishments on the cover, just because then I was not gonna be able to keep my album closed. But now the process now is I am attaching the pieces on the inside, and I have the cover of my album. Now it is time for me to open the holes to add the elastic, and I'm gonna use a super thin elastic cord, black color. I'm gonna open my holes using my We Are Makers Crocodile multi-punch. I'm using the smallest hole just because I don't have super tiny eyelets, and you can see that my spine is only, I believe I made it 1.25 inch, so I don't have that much space for eyelets. And since my elastic cord is super thin, I just use the smallest hole from the multi-punch. That is great. Passing it through, in and out, and we have it all ready. Now it is time to create the signatures. Since this is a travel collection, a travel project, I thought that it would be nice to make the signatures a little bit different. So the first one will be kind of like my mini book where I'll be adding photos and journaling of my travels, and then the second one will just have copy paper, a place where I can keep notes and I can just add everything that happens, keep record of things that are happening. It is, if you attended Designer Day last year with me and you made the project, that the mini album with the Let's Get Crafty collection, also from Simple Stories, we did the exact same thing. So the first signature of that album is where I kept all of my photos from the event the year prior. And then the second signature, it was just a place for me to add notes and, as I said, to keep record of things that were happening so I would not forget. So now I'm choosing my pattern papers and I am gonna go ahead and cut the papers. I will have measurements listed in the description box below, but I'm going with different size pages. I know that some of the pages are taller than others, some of the pages are longer than others, depending on. Here I am using the 3x4 cards, so I'm just gonna have 2 of them and then fold them in half, and that's gonna be a set of pages. Like that. I'm doing the same thing with the 4x4 cards from the 4x4 Elements pattern paper. One more page. I believe maybe one more. That should be it. And I will just walk you through the final project. Yeah, here I am showing you the original projects that inspired me to create this mini album. The 1, 2, 3 mini albums, and then this is a new version using the Here and There collection. As I said, it is just put together with the pages that we just cut. We just fold all of them in half and slide them through that elastic cord that we added, and the second signature just has copy paper. Same thing, fold it in half, you cut it, fold it in half, and there you have it. So I hope these answers some of the questions that you guys had when I made the original projects. This was so much fun to make. I have it right here on my desk, ready to come with me whenever we go on our next trip. I hope you're having fun following the Instagram hub today. Make sure you give everybody a like, make sure you check our projects, make sure you follow everybody, and I am pretty sure by the time I'm recording this, I do not know exactly what the giveaways will be, but I'm sure Simple Stories, we always go big on International Scrapbook Day, so do not miss it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.